Welcome to the Adam and Dedra Show. We're here with you today drinking a Ringtail. It's a double dry hopped hazy IPA from Wren House out of Phoenix, Arizona. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's so good. And today
that's so
we're doing
terrible.
oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
We're
Of course
doing a
it's going to be
Valentine.
delicious.
Are you going to talk at the same time as me every time?
Yes.
Today we're doing a Valentine's Day episode. We went to a beer festival for our Valentine's Day. I don't know what you did, but we do beer things. It was the Arizona Strong Beer Festival in Scottsdale. Probably one of the better beer festivals in the state that I enjoy. It is brought on by the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild, and actually, right here representing. Thank you very much. And yeah, we tried a bunch of good beers.
Yes, just this past weekend, we went to the Strong Beer Festival and beautiful weather, mid-February in Phoenix. The weather was beautiful. It was perfect, a perfect day for drinking beer. I remember the first thing getting there, because it was such a long drive for us, just immediately having to use the bathroom.
Nothing like an hour drive to get that going, right?
Yes, and they had many. They had many outdoor bathrooms there, and they were all clean. The only thing that they didn't have actually was usually they have like a mobile like hand washing station, but they didn't. But I came prepared and I had hand sanitizer in my pocket. So once we got past that extreme need, we had to obviously go out and start replenishing all the liquids that we lost. And what was the first place
So
that
Oscar
we went to?
Blues.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
that's
good.
right.
So I
Oscar
think the
Blues.
first one, you got the regular Dale's Pale Ale, which is
Right.
solid pale ale. That was really good.
Very good. Very refreshing.
Yeah, and one thing that they had there that I've never even seen before was a strong lager, they called it. And I thought it was really interesting. I actually thought it was one of the more unique beers that I had. And somebody said it best to us. It was kind of like the College Street Big Blue Van out of Lake Havasu.
Mm-hmm.
It was very similar. Almost kind of had a fruity taste to it, but I think that was more the hops and not necessarily any added flavors to that. But that had a really good smooth taste to it too. And it was strong.
It
Was it
did.
like 8.5% or something like that?
Right. And that was actually really good. Like considering the pale ale that I had, the one that you had, the strong one, that one was actually, I want to say, almost better than the pale ale.
Yeah, that's tough to say because it's such a clean flavor. That
Right.
Dale's Pale Ale.
They're both actually really good.
Yeah.
I wish I went back there more.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how many breweries they had at this festival, but I mean, it was obviously Arizona heavy with the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild putting it on. But I mean, besides the Arizona breweries, they had well, obviously Oscar Blues.
Right.
They had New Belgium was out there. They had Drekker was actually out there, and
Wren House was out there. Wren House actually had a big tent out there, so much appreciated. Even though the weather was beautiful at some point during the day, I want to say about 3, it just felt like the sun was super intense. And just getting under that tent for just a little bit at Wren House, that was awesome. I appreciate that.
yeah, it was a toasty 71 degrees out there.
Right. But like when you get direct sun, it does magnify a little bit. And when there's so many tents that are out there plus people, you don't quite get that airflow, so it does feel like it intensifies.
Yeah, I felt like you just had to keep moving because then you would like try to dodge the sun rays, you know?
Right, and that was the thing, is just trying to keep moving. Yes, and for me it was difficult because I'm not the tallest person, so I feel like everybody's just kind of walking almost like over and into me. So it was just like holding my cup, trying to like shuffle and like a little mouse scurrying.
I'm
around.
6'2", I had no issues.
Well,
Large and in charge. All right, I'm not that
well,
tall.
I always try to wear a bright red shirt so that way I can be noticed by somebody. It doesn't always work out, but it's a good theory.
I can keep track of you. I guess that's a good thing.
That, that's a good thing. I appreciate you keeping track of me like that.
Wren House. I'm going to talk about it. I know you
Go
don't like
ahead.
it that much. The King Snake. It's barrel aged. This one I think was a vanilla stout, and that was just amazing. I think it was about a 13% alcohol, so it was pretty heavy. I mean, just like any other barrel aged stout, especially barley wine, any of those, it's going to be a heavy hitter, but it is so good. Oh my gosh. It's like, as far as Arizona breweries, there's a lot of them. I mean, throughout the country that have a really good barrel aged program. Thank you for my Valentine's Day gift. It was it was at a barrel aged stout from Anchorage Brewing Company out of Alaska, and oh my gosh, if anybody has not tried that before, I recommend it. As long as you like barrel aged stouts, I guess. But
I wish I could share your enthusiasm on that. And I feel like one of these days I will, because I didn't always start out with hazies. I was actually really against hazies and IPAs. I really only just drank wheat beers. But then I kind of just started to transition and try. And eventually now that's really all I drink are just hazies and Miller Lite. So I feel like much
we're talking to craft beer people. You just said Miller Lite.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, that Miller Lite holds a soft place in my heart because they're also sponsors of the Dallas Cowboys. So hey, I like football. We just had the Super Bowl, so I'm already going through withdrawals for sports. It's All-Star week for basketball. Baseball hasn't started, so I'm just looking forward to the next best thing. And the most topical thing right now is football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to everybody who wasn't in the Super Bowl.
True. Anyways, so getting back onto the topic of beer. So I just feel like eventually I feel like I'll start transitioning and pulling towards just the barrel aged. But I don't think I've quite found something that is maybe consistent enough that's being carried by places to really have it to really kind of help me start developing that part of my palate. I mean, I just give it time. Oh, I'm sure I'll get there.
Well, generally, they're pretty sweet. And I know that you're not a big sweet person.
Well, I
You're not
guess
sweet at all.
no, I'm actually very bitter.
Oh, man. Hence the IPAs
Which,
that we were leaning towards, huh?
yeah, there you go. Wow, I guess that beer was a personality.
Oh man. So I
I
think I love the beer story that people, when they get started and how they got started, what they got started with, and everybody I feel like always has an interesting story. It's like most people start out having light stuff like the Miller Lights or things like that, or Zima. Just kidding. And oh yeah. And then it starts and turns into a story. You have this and you're like, and then, oh, I really like this one. And then, well, how about this one? Let me try this, and everybody has that story that really gets them into it. Or they have people that just bring them into the beer world. And it's just like, they never had any Bud Light or whatever at their house. They always had interesting stuff. And, a lot of people get their start that way too, but everybody has a unique story. And I really do love hearing them all.
true. So I'm just waiting to have that one barrel age that's going to really start to bring me over into that world because I do feel like I'm missing out quite often. Because when we do the beer shares or just hanging out, it's always, oh my god, you have to try this barrel age. Oh my gosh, is it from so and so? Oh, it's amazing. So and I always feel like I'm missing out. So I'm just like, all right, I'll just get my IPA, get my whatever, and just sit here in the corner by myself
nothing,
drinking it
nothing like geeking
with
out about a bunch of beers, right?
yes. So going back to the festival, um, a lot, a lot of just breweries, a lot of great beer was definitely out there. And I actually had, and I wish I could remember the name of it, but I actually had this seltzer, and it was, and I'm not a big seltzer person.
Was it a six bird?
No, it wasn't Six Bird. I can't remember the name of it, but I tried it just on the whim,
Well, they do flavors.
and
Never mind.
it was actually really clean, and it was like I think it was a cucumber, watermelon, and that one really got me by surprise because I was like, "We're at a beer festival, why not try it?" It's already paid for, it's a tasting, not committing to an entire glass, so I went for it, and I was just like, "Wow." And I was like, "This is actually really good," and because it was kind of at the warmest part of the day, it was very refreshing, but it didn't have that seltzery flavor to it, which turns me off from seltzers. but it was really well balanced, and it was like I said, it was really refreshing, and it didn't have that seltzery flavor, that
Like the
Alka-Seltzer.
club soda, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not a barrel-aged person yet, but I think if I could just recall the name of that seltzer, the people who made it, I think if they sold it in stores, I think I would. Like, if we go to the lake, I might bring 1 or 2 of those out just to kinda
Just
break
to
up,
try it.
the beer. Um
What else notable did you feel like you had? I feel like there was a lot of good ones. I had a hazy just randomly out of this place out of Prescott called Lazy G's. They had
mm.
a hazy called Hazy G's. I actually enjoyed that, and actually, I think after I had that after a couple stouts, the guy had to like squirt and rinse my cup out like 3 or 4 times because it was like just coated, and that hazy was pretty good. I said ignore those,
It was going in my cup.
and then oh, I had another beer from no, right at the end there. It was from New Belgium. It was one of the Voodoo Rangers. I think it was called like the G Force. Wasn't that like 11% alcohol or something
Yes.
ridiculous? That was actually like a fruit smoothie. I mean, it was not thick like that, but just the flavor was just very tropical. And I was like, this is New Belgium, huh?
11%. And I know we said this the last time, but there are some pretty heavy beers out there that do not drink like they're
Yeah.
10, 11 plus percent. Like this one from New Belgium or yeah, Voodoo Ranger that made it was actually really good. And I remember that was one of the places, yes, that we hit up on the way out because we're just kind of waiting for everybody to meet back up by the bathrooms. And they were kinda taking their time, which is okay, but we just saw a couple more tents that were still up and going, so we're like, "Hey, since we're waiting, why not grab an extra pour or 2, since we got
Right
time to
here.
kill?" And that was where Voodoo Ranger was, and that was actually really, really good. I liked that, that was good.
Yeah, that was
And
that
then
one. And I gotta say this though, New Belgium, if you're listening, you screwed up with the fat tire. I'm sorry, I loved that amber. You
yeah.
can't turn the fat tire into a blonde. You can't just change a beer like that. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I want that fat tire to be an amber.
True, true. That was one of my, favorites for a while
Mhm.
was, from Fat Tire. And then I kinda started to notice, like, the weight gain because I was drinking it so often. I was like, "I'm
Whatever.
gonna I'm gonna back up on this," and I think that's when I switched it up, and I was like, "Wow, this Miller Lite."
96 calories.
Yes, yes, but another one, like, I had a ton of hazies, and I feel like after a while, it all just kinda started to taste the same, and I would instead of drinking the pour, I would drink maybe half of it and just dump it because after a while, it all did kinda start to blend and taste the same, and then I came across Toppling Goliath.
Yes, they were there.
And that was amazing, and then my eyes were huge because right next to it, I saw Drekker, and I absolutely love Drekker, and it was nice because it was good to have a sour, like I said, having all those hazies, it does all kinda start to taste the same. Coming across Drekker like that and the sours, and if you guys out there know about Drekker, the types of sours that they make, amazing, and when I think about sours, that's what I envision. I don't like the watery, really tart sours. I like the thick smoothie sours, the kind that they make.
Oh, they're so good.
So I told the lady and I was like, "Oh, just give me half a pour. I see Drekker, right next door. So I'm gonna hit up like, kind of this next row. But I just really wanted more room for Drekker."
Well, toppling Goliath is pretty legit. I can't remember. I
Yes.
know they had the King Sue there, which is their flagship, and they had another one that I tried that I didn't normally see inside the stores. It's starting to get distributed out here now, so that's actually really nice. But that one from Drekker was freaking amazing. So Fargo, North Dakota, thank you.
Yes.
I want to check out that. Do you know they have like a whole like shopping community? It's called like Brewhalla where you can like hang out and it's like almost like a whole complex for that brewery.
No.
Really got to check that
I
out.
would say no, but that just makes I think that should really be our push and our drive to get out there at some point
Oh yeah,
for a
we're
summer
we're going there
break.
for sure.
Another one that was in the same area from Drekker right across was actually, Harlan.
Hmm.
Harlan was out there.
Harlan was good, yeah.
Um, did we stop by everywhere?
We did, yes.
Okay.
So Everywhere is out there. That's out of Orange, California. That's a great brewery too. And actually, while we were there, because that was on that same stretch, there was a couple beers from Yuma. I think there's like two breweries there.
Yeah,
One of
the
them's
only
called
2?
yeah, High Tanks. Well, I think that's what the one of the ladies said at one of the breweries there. High Tanks was one of them, and High Tanks had this date ale. So in Yuma, Arizona, just outside of there, there's a small town, I guess. It's called Dateland, and they do date farming there. And Yuma, just being not too far from that area, they actually had a date beer, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I just got it because I was like, okay, this is something different from anything else here. And not only did they pour it was like an amber, I think it was, or something
Yeah.
like that, and it had this little date garnish on the corner there. So I had this beer with a little date garnish, and oh, you know what? I enjoyed that beer. That was good.
It was fitting. It was definitely fitting.
Yeah, no, that was really good. But Everywhere was right there, down a few spots, and I can't remember. Oh my gosh. So, at least it is for me. You go to place after place after place, and it all starts to kind of blur together there.
Mhm.
But we did
Yes.
honestly meet a lot of great people. The people from Tombstone, Simple Machine, Front Porch. I mean, all of them that we were running into. And one of the directors of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild, Andy, we ran into walking around. And I mean, just talking with the folks out there was actually a lot of fun. And just, hey, what do you guys got? What do you guys got? And it's like every single one that we were stopping at, we're pretty much asking the same thing. Oh, Bone House, we stopped at that place
Oh,
too. That's out of
gosh.
Fountain Hills, Arizona.
Oh,
Probably one of the best sour programs out there. I'm sorry, not sour, hazies. I'm sorry. They had one that was just, oh, it was thick. It was like, oh, it was so tasty, and it didn't have like that really strong like bitterness inside there. And it was almost like floral. It had like a really good, like a dry hop flavor to it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I really love their beers, and they have actually pretty cool artwork on their cans too. So Bonehouse out of Fountain Hills, Arizona, I recommend it.
Dark Sky was out there, so I
Dark
definitely
Sky.
made sure I made my way out there to have a couple tastings from Dark Sky.
That's out of Flagstaff, Arizona.
Delicious as always. I mean, I really don't think there was a beer that I can really recall that I was just like, ugh. I mean, like I said, I had that seltzer and I went out on a whim and if I was going to throw anything out, I would have been like, oh, this is going to be the one I'm going to not finish. But it was actually one that I did finish and I actually told other people without telling them that it was a seltzer. And I'm like, here, try this. It's so clean and so refreshing. Um,
We don't care about germs.
so if and when I remember the name of it, I'll definitely make sure I share that. So anybody out there that's looking for some seltzers that don't like that real seltzery club soda flavor, this would be one I actually recommend, which kind of says a lot. I mean, for what my opinion's worth.
Yeah.
Um,
The Shop Beer Company was there too. They had
mm,
their whole spread. They do a really neat booth. I mean, it was a big enclosed area. They got music playing. And one of their beers is called Church Music, which is a hazy IPA also, and that's what they're kind of their flagship. That's what they're known for. So I think that's why they're blasting their music so much. Oh, church music. Although it wasn't very churchy, was it?
no, I mean, I expected to go in there full Baptist and start
Start getting you.
start singing like I was down, like I was ready. I probably could have been saved that day. I should have been.
Hey, we usually get ours on Sunday anyway. Get our church music.
True, true. We do. We have our moments. So after the beer festival, we're there we got there just after 1 o'clock. We just had general admission. So general admission entries at 1 and they go from 1 to 5. So we were there pretty much the entire time with the exception of like what the first half hour.
Yeah.
So we were there for a while. We got to watch some of the wrestling, had a little bit of a snack, not too much. We were actually saving ourselves our appetite for the next part of our weekend.
Yeah.
So once we kind of wrapped things up at the beer festival, it's hard to not go to Trevor's afterwards and
Hang on. You glanced over the amateur wrestling that quick? It's strange. They do have amateur wrestling there, and these people kind of go all out. It's fun to watch just because it's just like your next door neighbor basically wrestling almost, and it's they're trying to do the whole WWF thing, and they look like they're having a whole lot of fun doing that too, getting the crowd going and everything. Oh, that's
Right.
hilarious.
Um, I found it to be a little bit ridiculous, but it was entertaining for what it was worth. I
Well,
mean,
it's
it was
wrestling.
free entertainment, I guess. I mean, when you pay for a ticket, is the entertainment free?
Yeah.
So it was worth every dollar, I suppose, that we paid for it.
It's hilarious, and like I said, it looks like they're having a blast doing it, and
Right.
I
I mean,
appreciate that.
yes, good for them. But I mean, I just felt like there was so much more beer out there to try and to have. Oh, another one that I think of because it was right there where the wrestling was Sturgis. Sturgis Brewing.
Yeah.
That was right there. And I can't remember exactly what I had, but I remember just having like going up to their tent and looking at their merchandise. Their merchandise looked super, super nice, just like the logo,
Mm,
everything like the hats. And I actually really regret not getting anything from there because I
that's
really
right.
liked the way that their stuff looked.
It's
And
almost like military. It's a guy with like a hop beard, right?
yes, I really liked the way that a lot of their merchandise looked. And I'm actually kind of disappointed I didn't get anything from there. But then I was also kind of forward thinking like, we still have quite a bit of the night left. I don't want to get stuck, getting something and then having to carry it and lose it. And,
Yeah.
merchandise there, especially, is not cheap. So I didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And there was also that other place, and I really like their concept. I can't remember. It was like, what is it? The brewery at Torino Farms or something. But don't they
Oh,
have? They're like out in the middle of nowhere, and don't they do like a
Torito.
Dorito?
Yeah.
All right, Dorito.
I love me some Doritos, especially
But
the hot, spicy nacho, flaming hot nachos. Yeah. I'm the chip person.
yeah, you digress. um, yeah, but that place does. They do like almost like an Airbnb there, I believe, and it's like kind of like out, not close to like any normal city. Any normal city, any like big city, something like that. But I do like their beer too. It's always like a real clean flavors. They really they do classic style beers, and they're usually pretty good. But anyway, we were talking about Trevor. So Trevor's is a liquor store. I'm gonna say that's probably the best way to describe it. It is a oversized liquor store, but they have a pizza restaurant in there, and
It is not oversized. It is perfect. There is
touche.
nothing wrong with Trevor's. Like they really thought it out and did everything right. And I, I was actually telling Adam maybe a year or two ago when we first went there, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this place. We need to move here. Like, why do we live so far from this little tiny
Yeah.
piece of heaven? But I'll let you get into all of that
The
because
details.
yes,
Uh,
yeah,
it is a liquor store, so they do have like full, alcohol and beer fridges, things like that you can get there. And the specific one that we went to was out of North Scottsdale, and they have the pizza restaurant inside of it. Also, they have a cigar lounge inside there, plus a full bar with a great whiskey selection for those who enjoy the whiskey. Also, they also have beers on tap too that you can get. And we were doing a little bit of both. Had some amazing whiskeys, smoked some cigars, and had a uh, a pizza right there also. And this is, and I'm going out on a limb here. It is one of the best pizzas in the state. We've gone to pizza places, I think, across this state and many others also. And this one is up there. Is probably one of my favorites. And um, it looked like you were enjoying it too. You said this time it was a little bit soggy at the bottom, but it seems to happen from time to time at the brick oven pizza places. It was so good though. It was like a meat
it,
lover's right.
yes. So we started out with a cigar, and we both had an old fashioned,
Mhm.
which was like old fashions. Those are kind of hit or miss on some places that you go because some places it can be a little bit too sweet. But the old fashions over there at Trevor's, they have a pretty good. They have it down the recipe. It was balanced, not overly sweet, just clean, something that you want with your cigar. So that one was actually really good. And then for just like a regular pour after, I had the Blue Weller, and I always forget which one it is.
Foolproof.
Foolproof. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never remember the name of it. I'll always refer to it as the blue one. But that one's definitely my favorite. And I love the way that it tastes. And it just needs like a little hint of water, splash of water, tiny piece of ice, something. And even then, like just neat. For me, it's delicious. It's amazing. Um, got the pizza. I actually so, like, I had a cigar, and I was just really enjoying myself that I actually ended up leaving and getting another cigar and coming back, and usually I just have the one, like, one's enough for me,
Yeah, you're an animal.
but yeah, and I appreciate the deadwoods, so I went back into the humidor, and I asked one of the workers there, to help me pick out, a deadwood because typically Adam gets them for me, and he was busy having his own grand old time, and I was like, "Oh, all right, well, I don't
I
wanna
had pizza,
get."
whiskey, a beer, and a cigar. I was just like, oh,
You were just like, "Oh, what wife?
oh my
Okay."
gosh. If you
So,
had that pizza, yeah, I didn't. Once you started eating that pizza, I didn't see you look in my direction either.
so, I just grabbed one of the employees, and he helped me choose another cigar, and then that's when Adam showed up and was just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, perfect, just in time, now you can help me pay."
Oh man.
'Cause I wasn't really thinking that far ahead, and for those of you that don't know me, I don't carry a purse, anything in my pockets. I always try to wear leggings so I can cram, my cell phone, my lip gloss, and gum, and that's really all I really ever have in my pockets.
And that means I got to
Um
pay for everything.
Right, and he also carries my ID as well, but people don't ask for that these days.
I got
So
ready to go hand it out. Like we were just at the grocery store the other day, and I'm like, he goes, "What's your birthday?" I'm like, "Do you need my ID?" He's like, "No, no, no, just your birthday." And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
"Come on."
He was a bit of an ass because he was like, "Sometimes I just wanna hold a mirror up to our customers."
Yeah.
And I was
Do you think you need an ID? And I'm like, this grace could have been for any of reasons. Maybe I was painting.
right. You may have just been due for a shower.
Oh man, come on.
It's winter, your skin's just dry.
Ah, okay. That's what makes gray beards.
I am out of excuses. I'm really trying to make him feel better. I'm just gonna drink.
Yeah. So what do you think of this one? The double dry hopped hazy called Ringtail from Wren House. Wren House has a huge following in the Phoenix area. They're um not only have a tap room in Phoenix, which is their main brewery, but they built a second one up in Prescott, Arizona. We haven't been to that one yet. But they do make some pretty good beers. I mean, this one specifically, they have a great barrel age program. This is just a very mild hazy, I think, 6.3% alcohol. Good flavor, in my opinion. I mean, what do you think of it?
I agree. I like it. It's a very easy, hazy to drink. Again, it's from Wren House. They do have a really big following, and if you've been to the Phoenix location, love the Phoenix location. It's based out of a house, a small house. Parking is tricky. So if you ever go to
Hmm.
Wren House, just keep in mind that the parking lot in the front, you can probably hold like 4 cars.
Well, they got that
Parking
side, so probably like seven.
Okay. I think there's parking in the rear, but you can also, like, find surrounding areas to park, but it
Yeah,
it gets sketchy.
we
Uh,
parked across the street and like Frogger did across 24th Street. As weird.
yes, and getting back to the car was tricky because, you've got some beers in, you're not quite as fast on your feet, your reaction time is dropping with each beer that you have. So, if you park across the street, highly recommend, um just getting beer to go and then save it for home.
Very true.
Or if you're out and about, make sure that the Uber pulls up in front in that small parking lot so you're not trying to chase your Uber down. But I mean, other than that, like it's a small house. And again, that's one of those places where it just really kind of almost forces conversation because the place is small.
Hmm.
It's cozy, it's quaint, and they have a cat that kind of roams around the place.
Yeah,
Um,
and they have that outside area too. That's really neat. like picnic tables, and it just seems like every single time we go there, the weather's again like perfect. Plus, they have some little bit of shade back there too, and we just sit out there and just be like, oh my gosh, you know.
It's a place where you can definitely get comfortable, and
Hmm.
if you're not careful, I could easily take a nap there. Like, getting to one of the Adirondack chairs, that was hard. Um, and then just because of weather, just, like, take a nap.
Yeah.
And I honestly felt that way almost at strong beer because I just got to a point where I was feeling really good and just, like, you catch a breeze from time to time, and then if you're in the shade, that breeze feels 10 times better, so I at one point was almost like, "You know what? I'm gonna go off into a corner, set a timer, for half an hour, come back, check on
Oh my
me,
gosh.
and just leave me here." Like, I'm legit gonna lay under this tree and enjoy the shade and the weather and just the atmosphere and just, like,
I'm glad you
take
didn't.
it in. Yeah. Me too. I probably would have gotten left behind, and
Oh
you
man.
guys would have been at Trevor's, and I would have been waken up by security poking me, and then I just I don't know, have to figure it out from there, I guess.
I gotta say though that what was it, like a 55-mile Uber ride out to Scottsdale,
Oh gosh.
is still cheaper than a DUI, so we were very careful.
Yes, always take an Uber,
Yep,
it for whatever it is, it's not worth the risk.
or Lyft or whatever. Yeah,
Ride
what do you call
service,
it? The designated driver.
whatever. Right, right. Just find yourself a driver or do some sort of ride share. But so going back to Trevor's, um, the slice of pizza that I did have, like you said, sometimes, you do get those pizzas that do tend to get a little bit soggy regardless. Like, I don't know if it's just because it sits there just a little too long and before it gets out to the table,
Or maybe it's too thin
but
at the bottom. I don't know,
but,
but
like,
still
I
good.
I remember just picking it up and just, my cheese just kinda slipping off. And just kinda having a hard time with it, and just kinda like, "Ugh, this is like, pizza shouldn't be this difficult, to eat." So I just remember eating probably about 2/3, if that, of it, and then I just kinda gave up because I was like, "This is too much work."
You ate 2/3, I ate 2 slices.
Okay.
Oh, they had the like I said, I was one happy camper, excuse my language.
But, like, honestly, I couldn't even tell you what else is on their menu, other than pizza. Because anytime that we've been there, that's all we ever had, like,
It's
I'm
that good.
sure they have to serve, like, salad.
Sandwiches probably.
Yeah, I'm sure they have many other delicious things, but we go there, we know that their pizza is gonna be good, and that's what we've had 100% of the time every time that we've been there, and we've been there about a handful, at least, of times.
Yes.
Never had a bad experience. The last one, I wouldn't call it a bad, it was just a little rough, but service has always been amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Our waitress, she was very polite, very the small little hiccup that we ran into, she was quick, she was on it, she, didn't give us the stink eye like some places tend to do, and they're just kind of like, you're just trying to get free food or, never once made us feel that way. She was very on it, very apologetic, and, was very, very gracious. She was a
Yeah.
great server. Um,
And
what else?
it was just a really good experience. I mean, being in there in the cigar lounge, I mean, they have comfortable seating everywhere, couches, and, honestly, it was just very relaxing. Even those tables, I mean, they had set up there so we could have a pizza, we could sit back down on the couches. I mean, it was just a really comfortable place to be.
Right, and I'm glad you bring that up because I did forget to mention, and I wanted to, is that, yes, in the cigar lounge, you can order food in there as well and have it dropped off in there because they do have seating around the edges where it's like a bench seating with some little chairs that you can pull up to the on the opposite end of the little round table where you can go and eat.
Mhm.
So you can eat in there as well and have a cigar. So that I do appreciate
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't wanna be out there, um, with everybody who's not smoking a cigar because sometimes somebody's kids are out there screaming and crying and not as happy as they.
Yeah, but they do have, like, restaurant seating also, just like normal.
True. Oh, and then for those of you that do golf, they do have a golf simulator in there as well. And I don't know anything about it, but it's like this big giant this screen, and then you're just whacking the golf ball into it, and it looks like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we're not the most skilled golfers.
Well, I I mean, it all depends on how much time you wanna spend there, but I just figure, like, do I wanna be terrible at whacking a golf ball into the simulator or go into the cigar lounge and enjoy myself where I know I'm not gonna make a complete ass out of myself? So I usually try to go,
Yeah.
with the latter of the 2. But sometimes it ends up being 50-50. So
Yeah. But honestly, it was a great Valentine's Day, and
it
we
was.
got to spend it together, and I'm
Yeah,
planning on doing that every year. So
we got to do 2 of our favorite things, beer and food.
yep, drink, eat, and be
Repeat?
together.
Oh.
Oh gosh, repeat. All right, but again, Wren House. This one right here, solid beer. Arizona Strong Beer Festival was a great time. Trevor's pizza was amazing.
Always an amazing trip out there.
Yeah, and I say that all together, it was another great day.
It was.
Well, cheers to you all. Share this with a friend if you know somebody that is also beer people and want to just have fun and talk about it. Again, suggestions we're always looking for them to try something that we haven't had before. So please reach out to us and let us know what you think. And hopefully, maybe we'll meet you at one of these places in the near future.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody.